Okay, so we're going to be making a midpoint construction today. So to start this construction, you want to create a line segment with an arbitrary length, meaning it doesn't really matter how long your line segment is, and I usually like to put endpoints on my line segment. The next thing that you want to do is you want to spin your compass dial until the compass becomes significantly longer than half of the distance of your segment. So you can see my compass right now is about 3/4 of the distance. As long as you're well over the halfway mark, you should be okay. So then you're going to take the pointy end of the compass and you're going to put it on one of the endpoints. And you're going to swing an arc, kind of like that. Now you could do the entire circle if you want, but you really don't need to. You just need part of the arc. The next thing you're going to do, and I'm actually going to spin my paper over because it's easy for me, is you're going to make the same arc. Now, once you've got your compass distance locked, you're not going to spin the dial so the compass size changes. So now I'm going to spin an arc from the other side. I put the compass point right on the other end point, and my two arcs that I create should intersect with each other. Okay, let's turn this right back around, and the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler and you're going to lay it so that the ruler goes right across the two intersections. We have an intersection of our arcs right there, and we have an intersection of our arcs right there. And you're going to drop the ruler right across them. And since we're only making the midpoint, you don't actually want to draw a line. You just want to put your pencil point right at the place where the ruler crosses your original segment and make a little mark there. Now when you remove the ruler, that should be your midpoint. So we could put a single tick mark, for example, and a single tick mark here to show that the segment on the left and the segment on the right are congruent. I like to erase some of these marks just a little bit so that they don't get in the way of what we're looking at. You could do double tick marks to show that the two pieces are congruent. If we put some letters in here, A, B, and C, for example, we could say something like B is the midpoint of segment AC. Don't forget your line segment symbol on top. And now we could also make some other statements. We could say, for example, that AB is congruent to BC. We could also say that AB is equal in length to BC. We could also make some statements about how the length of one piece compares to the whole thing. So if we pick some numbers here and we called the whole thing 6, for example, then each piece was 3, we could see that 6 is double 3. Well, we could say that kind of thing in a general sense. For example, we could make the equation, if you double the length of AB, that will be equivalent to the length of AC. And we could also say something like, if you take half of the length of AC, that would leave you with BC, for example.